Hey guys, what's the hardest part about investing your own money? It's knowing that you've got the right stock at the right price. If you could figure that out, then I think a lot more people would feel confident taking on their own investments. And that is really empowering. As someone that's invested his own money for quite a few years now, I can honestly say that I wish I knew some of the things I'm going to share with you in this video earlier on. So if you've ever tried to invest your own money, you know it can be quite complicated. You go to the financials of a company, there's all these different things, PE ratio, MOS. If you've ever looked at a company's financials, you can realize it can get overwhelming, particularly for individual investors very quickly. Things like PE ratio, MOS, cash flow. Which of these is important for you as an investor to pay attention to? Well, that's what this platform solves. It's a platform called Tykr, and it's going to show you how to evaluate companies very quickly. That's what I'm going to show you how to do right now. Not only that, it's going to tell you when is a good time to consider buying. As always, do your own investment research before buying anything. So key point, if you are interested in what I say in this video, check out the link in the description. So let's talk value investing. You know, people like Warren Buffett, Phil Town, Charlie Munger, a lot of these people have espoused the philosophy of value investing. That is basically ignoring when the market is overpriced, underpriced, waiting for the right time and buying good stocks that you can hold for a long period of time. So Tykr is made for the lay investor, right? The average individual like me that's investing my own money. So everything's done in layman's terms, and it breaks all these complicated numbers down into a single rating score and also a rating for the most important areas of these financials. So when you see how easy Tykr is to use and how it breaks down what's a good buy and what's not in the marketplace, I think you're going to be really excited, just as excited as I am right now about this. So let's get into the video. Let's get into Tykr. Hey, what is going on, guys? We're going to go into Tykr right now, and one of the things that I love about Tykr is it makes value investing fun and easy. Now, I'm always a big fan of improving your knowledge when it comes to investing in the stock market. So most people start in the stock market with managed funds, and those have the highest fees. And they have a basket of stocks. So while you are reducing your risk, you're also reducing your returns, and you're basically delegating that to somebody else. So another popular alternative if you want to start picking your own stocks is exchange traded funds. And exchange traded funds do have some benefits, but I always feel more invested when I'm in individual stocks. Keep in mind, this is not investment advice. This is what I do. What I love about this platform is it really takes the investing world and makes it simple for the personal investor, right? So this is made for anyone that's a new investor or someone that wants to start controlling their financial future. So it's basically a stock screener and an educational platform. So they've combined those two, and the interface is amazing. It's great, and they have some great information as well. So they cover over 2,100 US and international stocks, and they also have calculations behind how they score and rate different stocks, which is really nice. That saves me a ton of time and something that I think you should check in. So let's log in here and I'll show you what Tykr is all about. So when you log in here, you have your dashboard here, stocks that have recently gone on sale, price changes, score changes, most searched, similar stocks, and popular on people's watch list. This is a great way if you don't really know where to start. Keep in mind, these are going to be skewed towards more popular stocks that people will talk about, let's say on Twitter, like Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, PayPal, Tesla, Facebook, that sort of thing. But there are some interesting stocks here. I mean, obviously CRM, Salesforce is a huge SaaS business, and those are very good businesses to have. I own my own SaaS business. But what I like about this is when you click on it, you can also click on the why. And so it will tell you in layman's terms why you should be looking at this particular stock. So you can change the perspective here by just clicking these, click year to date, or you can actually zoom it out, right? If you want to zoom and see a longer time horizon, which I think is just great. The way that you can just drag that around is perfect. But it's got a 19 out of 20 total score. And they break this down and tell you what it is that is giving them this score, right? So it gives them a score on return on investment capital, equity growth, earnings per share growth, sales growth, cash growth, payback time. I love this one because it's basically time for your investment to double. So it's estimated of how long it will take for your money to double. And then it's also got margin of safety. Now, margin of safety is very important in value investing. So value investors are people like Warren Buffett, like Phil Town, rule number one. So if you want to learn more about it, they actually have an education platform. And what I like about it is, I'm not going to go into the onboarding one, but I'll just dive in here to the investing one. And they basically break down all of these in very simple terms. The other thing is, these are all written by Sean, the owner of Tykr. And so he breaks it down into a very simple way that you can understand. And unlike just searching on Google, you're not going to find information here that is skewing you to buy something. I love how this bar moves along as you scroll down so you can see how long it is. And they're good articles that you can use to increase your information. They also have some getting started here, and I'll go into this. They talk about brokers, how to invest your first $1,000, and then they break some of these scores and what it means, right? So this is margin of safety. As you can see, it's a great site. There's no ads here. It's going to break down what a margin of safety is, and there is more detailed information on the education, right? If I go into the calculations, it will show me how the calculations are created. And let's say someone doesn't understand about PE ratio or price to earnings ratio. This will basically tell you what it is. Just because it has good rating in a certain criteria does not make it an overall good investment. And that's what's good about Tykr, is because, you know, if you read something like that and you're just picking based on the price to earnings ratio, you can be swayed into investing in a stock that you might not be in your best interest to invest in. So this will break it all down for you in very layman's terms and help you understand about investing. What I like about it is it ties it all together with the overall rating, and you can see when you're looking at a particular stock, like we were looking at earlier, you can see everything about this stock. Now, this is another good one. This is actually a penny stock, and so it has a warning here that explains about penny stocks, which I think is great. But when the stock changes, they'll add this to the chart, the on sale, or put on the watch list, or oversold, overbought, and so you know where this stock is in terms of the raw numbers, right? Now you always want to do your due diligence and look into all these criteria before investing in something. Value investing, the real principle is invest in safe, secure companies that are underpriced. Let the market go crazy, let the market undervalue them, and then get good stocks when they are well priced, and you're always going to be good. So that's one of the principles of value investing. But you can go into any of these stocks and get in more of the details here, see more of the financials, see their income, their earnings per share, how that's changed over time, and also see what's in the news about them. Speaking of news, the really nice thing is you can create different watch lists, right? So I've created a tech watch list here, and this is actually some of the stocks I have in my own Questrade account. So Pinterest, Royal Bank, Dollarama, and you can click in and look at some of these different metrics and look at what kind of return you should be seeing with this. As you can see, this stock here, it's gone from about $93 in the past year to $130. So I bought it before that. So this has been a good pickup for me. And again, it's a safe, secure, financial bank type of stock. So you can look at all this stuff, and it really breaks it all down. It saves you a lot of time. What I also love about this is you can go to watch lists, and then if you go to the news, you can sort it by the watch list. So this is actually going to pull up just the stocks, any news that's from reputable sources, just from that watch list. So if any of these stories mention one of these stocks that I have on my watch list, I'm going to see it here. So this gives me a great idea. You see it's September 27th. So September 24th, there's an article on Pinterest in Investor's Place. So since I own Pinterest, this might be something for me to read if I want to keep up to date with what's going on. If I change this to my other watch list, tech, you're going to see that now it's talking about Tesla and it's talking about Microsoft and the other stocks that are in my other watch list. So I find the watch list really effective for balancing between, different types of stocks. So typically I'll invest in a safe basket of stocks and maybe a tech basket because I'm an internet marketer. So I invest in tech companies because that's an industry that I understand. I understand why people are into it. You can also search for any company. So if I search for Shopify, what I'm going to see is I'm going to find Shopify here, shopify.to. So this pulls up the Toronto Stock Exchange. As I said, it does international stocks, and it's actually on sale right now. So this is an interesting one to look at. And you can see it went on sale here, and here's where the current price is. So Shopify is a very interesting stock because it sells basically website or e-commerce platforms that people use. And if you go and build a business around something, you're probably going to continue to be paying their monthly fees and buying their add-on softwares and stuff from their marketplace and all that good stuff. So you can see that they have great cash flow, a pretty decent margin of safety, and all these other things, and you can dig into that. So you can add it to a watch list. Let's add it to my tech watch list, and it's been added to the watch list. So now when I go to the watch list, if I go to tech, and I can see that I have Shopify here, and when I'm going about looking at the news, I can filter that by tech, and if there's anything here about Shopify, it will pull up. So the educational platform, really fantastic. This will dive into, the webinars dive into, some of the more of the details about it. I've really found that this is helpful for people, this is Sean here, to understand investing. I remember reading books about this, like reading Phil Towns books, like reading Warren Buffett's books, and it's still like you have this information and then you got to go find a platform and research all these different stocks. With this, as you can see, you can look right at the stock and look at all the important information about it in one place, right? So this is Facebook on the German stock exchange. You can see, this would have been a great time to pick it up when it was on sale. And you can see that this looks like a good stock to pick up. So it also has Sean's portfolio. And so this is where he puts the money where his mouth is. And he's right about this. Very few investors do reveal their portfolio. And so he's telling you why he has these different holdings in his own portfolio. So this is great for full disclosure. And you can read about why it's in his portfolio to understand why you should pick up some of these different stocks. And if you notice, there's not a whole lot of holdings. What you'll find is successful people will tend to have a few holdings and invest in those things. Now I invest in, full disclosure, I invest in cryptocurrency. Most of my income now has been invested in cryptocurrency, but I really find a platform like this helpful because I'm always going to have a portfolio invested in stocks, and this is going to save me a lot of time when I want to invest in stocks. So Tykr, overall, I love the platform. I think it's just got a gorgeous UI. There's a ton of information to learn about, and it really helps you make those right decisions. Another good use case of this would be, let's say that you're on a paid newsletter list and they are telling you about a certain stock, right? There's lots of these ones published by places like Agora Financial. I think a good rule of thumb is if you're on those newsletter lists, they write in a lot of them write in a very sales lettery format, where they're really trying to tell a story and they're professional copywriters, all that kind of stuff. What would be good is before you make that buy purchase, just search for on here, right? So this also has ETFs. This is gold. I don't invest in this anymore, but as you can see, it brings up ETFs and all that sort of stuff. So you can get the same information about your ETFs that you may be holding. So if you have a basket of stocks, let's say in Wealthsimple, you can look up the individual stocks that you have and see how they're doing. And that's a good thing as well. So basically what I was saying about the investment newsletters. All right, so let's say you are a subscriber to a newsletter list. You'll see something like this. These are obviously, more of a sales letter type of thing. And, these people that are writing for a place like this is just a free newsletter, but there are paid ones that are a lot more aggressive. You're gonna have advertising here, and you're gonna have writers that are trying to make these sound exciting. So what you should do is you should look for the ticker, get that confirmation. So if the sales letter or the newsletter that you're subscribed to says it's a good stock, run it through Tykr and see what they say, and maybe you'll get a different view of that. So here we are, Bank of Nova Scotia. Actually, I wasn't sure if that was Scotiabank. Okay, Scotiabank. But the same sort of thing, you'll see that it's in the watch and it's in the overpriced, right? So if I'm just gonna pick up a bank stock in Canada, perhaps I'd pick up Royal Bank, but you can easily compare them and see which ones have the right kind of profile for your investment. Overall, Tykr will save you a ton of time, and it's skewed towards value investing, which will help you make good decisions and not panic. The most important thing when you're investing is to not buy at the wrong times, and people tend to sell when they should buy and buy when they should sell. A great quote said, "Buy when blood is running in the streets," and that's certainly helped me in my own investing career. But this should give you that confidence to ride maybe a market pullback if you have a good stock. They will bounce back if it has those good fundamentals. So overall, I think Tykr is fantastic. I've found the support to be excellent, and I would highly recommend that if you are investing in stocks or you're going to be investing in stocks, this will save you a ton of money, it will save you a ton of time, and more than anything else, it will save you that nagging feeling in the back of your head of, oh, did I make the right decision? Because you're basically following a value investing system, which is one of the safest systems you can get when you want to invest in stocks for the long term. So if you have any questions about it, hit me up in the comments. I'll let you know what I think, give you any feedback that I have. But overall, I think this will make anyone's life better if you are planning on investing in stocks. And please, you should be saving, you should be investing. So this really should be for everybody. All right, well, that's it for this. If you've used Tykr, let me know what you think of it in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I've really enjoyed showing this platform to you, and as you're checking things out, there's a couple more videos on the screen that you might be interested in. And if you have any questions about Tykr, of course, hit me up in the comments. That's all I got for you today. It's over. Goodbye.